A very good afternoon to all. So once again, welcome you all in the next session. In the previous session, we discussed, we started the unit number 1. So introduction to data structure and sorting. So what is data structure? Types of data structure: static, dynamic, primitive, non-primitive, linear, non-linear. So these points already we have completed, and we started the discussion on the next point, that is the searching algorithm. So in that we discussed the linear search, and so we discussed the few points related with the linear search. Now we'll start with the searching algorithm. So today's agenda is, so we'll complete the linear search and binary search along with their implementation, right? What about others? Okay, searching. Is it visible to all? So this document is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, searching. So what is meant by searching? So searching is the process of finding some particular element in the list. So if the element is present in the list, so then the process is called as a successful, and the process returns the location of that particular element. So first we are considering the list of element, and after that, so we are searching for the single element, right? So if we got the element, so we are saying the search is successful. So if we did not get the element, or if we will not get the element, so we'll say our process will return the searching is unsuccessful. And if we get an element, or if we found the element, so we'll display the location of that element, and we found the element, like a message we will display, right? Now here in the searching algorithm, there are two popular algorithms. So most probably used in the data structure, that is the linear search and binary search. So we started the discussion on linear search. So what is meant by linear search? So simple definition we'll discuss, and after that we'll move to for the programming part. We'll move next. Now is it visible to all clearly? Linear search is the simplest search algorithm, and another name to the linear search is the sequential search. Now, in this type of searching, we simply traverse the list completely and match the element of the whatever the element or whatever the data or whatever the atom we are considering. So that atom we are checking or matching with the existing list, right? So if the element we found, or if the match is, if our atom or our data is matching with the given list, so we are displaying the message, that is the location. Along with the location, so we are displaying the element also, right? So this element is located at this position, right? So if the match found, then the location of the atom is written. Otherwise, the algorithm returns the null, or it will display. Sorry, will display the message that is the atom is not found. Linear search is mostly used to search an unordered list. So whatever the list we are considering in the linear search, now we are talking about only linear search, not binary search. So in the linear search, whatever the list we are considering, so that is unordered list. So what is meant by unordered? So can anyone will elaborate the meaning of unordered list? Unordered म्हणजे काय असतं? What is meant by unordered list?
Sequence of the elements is not important.
Okay, good, correct. Anyone else want to contribute?
Sequence is random.
Randomness.
Okay, one by one. So we'll give a chance. Or a better way, you raise your hand, so I will take your names. So those who want to talk. One first. Okay, so please raise your hands. Anyone? Third, who's start? All of you know about how to raise your hands? How to raise the hand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Those who want to talk, so please raise your hands. So if you start talking at the same time, so it is very difficult. Okay, Ritesh.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Not in increasing or decreasing order. That is
Not-
unordered list.
Not in increasing or decreasing order. Okay, good, very good. Nikita.
Not perfect arrangement.
Sorry. Please repeat, Nikita.
Not a perfect arrangement.
Okay, not in a perfect arrangement. Okay, both answers are correct. So Ritesh, you want to say something once again? In your hand is.
No, sir.
So whatever the answer I got from your side, so all answers are correct. So thanks for responding. So here there are unordered list in which the atoms are not sorted. So we can say like this also. Now the algorithm of linear search is so given here. So already we discussed about the algorithm. So we'll just we'll revise this part. Now here, so is it visible to all? So this word part. So this part already we discussed in the previous session. Searching algorithm, linear search we discussed, or a sequential search. So list of element is given to you. So how many elements are there here? How many element is there in this list or in this array? Array
Eight.
Eight elements are there, right? Means what is the value of n?
8.
8, right? Now here, so indexing is different and location is different, right? So what is the last index of this array? What is the last index of this array?
7.
7, right? So indexing is starting from 0 to 0 onwards, and location we are counting from the 1 onwards, right? So according to suppose if you want to display the location, so location we need to count from 1 to 8 locations are there, and if you want to display the indexing of that atom, so this will be displayed or considered from 0 to 7, right? So suppose for example data 43, suppose for example, so what existing data I will consider. So what is the location of this 42 data in the above array? Location I'm asking.
6th location.
6th location. And what is the indexing?
5th.
5th. right? So this is our main objective in the linear search. So we need to identify the location of the element in the existing list, right? Now here we discuss one iterative loop, right? For loop we discuss, simple for loop we discuss, right? Now, suppose if you want here, so how to write a for loop? So for I is equal to 0 and less than n I plus plus, right? So always the for loop will start from the 0, and here I will consider for what purpose? For the indexing purpose, and I less than n. So what is the highest value of n? So that is 8. So here, why we are not considered here less than or equal to? So why we are not considered here I less than or equal to?
Indexing is up to 7 only.
Very nice answer. Very good. And here indexing is up to only 7. So here, what is the value of n? 8 is there, right? Means here, so I will be considered up to 7 only, and I value of I will start from 0 and it will end up to 7, right? Now here we are checking the if data is equal to. Now first we need to enter these values. So first we need to enter the searching algorithm. So we'll write a program. So just I'm doing the revision. So what part we discussed in the previous session. So we'll write a complete program on the linear search. Don't worry about that. So first you need to enter the list of element. After that, you need to enter the data or atoms which you want to search in the list. And after that, so through this for loop, so we'll identify, right? And after that, if else you can use, right? Now, if data is equal to, so whatever the atom, so here, for example, 42 we have considered. So 42 is equal to A of I, will compare with the A of I, right? So if we match this data with the array, so we are entering in this loop, right? And we are displaying the element found at an index. Or suppose here I want to display a location. So what change you need to do here? What change? Location. Suppose I want to display the location of element. Can I write I here?
No.
So can I write like
I
this?
plus 1.
Yes, very good. And here, so why we are writing this break? So what is mean by writing a break here? So what is the meaning? What is the purpose?
Stopping.
Stopping condition, right? So once we get the element, so means we need to exit from this for loop, right? So there is no need to search the next algorithms, or there is will not go for the next iteration. So immediately we need to stop the searching of next element, right? So for that purpose, so this stopping condition we have given by using the break, right? Now by writing the break statement, so we'll exit from this for loop and directly will come to this statement. Right. Now if I is equal to n, so if the value of I is equal to n means, so if we do not found the element, or if the element is not exist in the list, so at that time, so we need to display another message, that is element is not found, right? So this is one logic, right? So again, so many different kind of logics are there to write a linear search. So one more sorry, one more logic we'll write here. So for the linear search, for example, suppose if you consider a flag, so flag, so one flag will consider inter flag. So is it visible? So what I am typing here, is it clearly visible?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I for loop, so we'll consider flag. After that, so data for what purpose? So writing the data. So only main logic I will write here. So first you need to write a code for what? for entering the list of element. Right after that, so we'll enter the data. Right. So for example, so directly I will write here. Directly I will write the value. So data is equal to some value. So same will consider. Same, this same array will consider here. So this is your data. Right. So you have inserted, and again you need to define the array. Right. So how to define the array? So this is the data, and you want to search for any atom, right? So 50. Suppose you want to search for a 50. Now, how to write a for loop? So for, so I'm expecting the help from your side. So how to write a for loop? For I is equal to 0, comma I. What to write here? I less than. Now, how many elements are there here? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can I write 8 here? Is it allowed?
No.
If I have written
What?
8, if I have
Nine.
written,
Sir,
it will work or not?
will do.
It will work or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why not? So here, what is the size of n? What is the value of n? What is the value of n?
8.
So instead of writing n, I have written 8. It will work or not? Yes, it will work, no problem. Right. Now, here what I will do, so you can write a program by using your logic, right? So here I am considering another logic for implementing this linear search. Suppose a of I is equal to, so I am comparing it with the data, right? Sorry, data, right? So if a of I is equal to data, if this statement is true, so if this statement is true, so what I want to do, so we have used one here variable, integer variable flag. So what I will do here, so flag is equal to, so all of you give attention after that, so you will get the logic. So flag is equal to, so what I have written, so first I will check with the I is equal to a of I is equal to data. So if it is true, so then we'll go here. Otherwise, so what we are doing, flag is equal to, sorry, here inside. So if it is true, so then we are assigning the values to the flag. So flag is equal to I plus 1. And after that, so here also, if we got the element, means we need to break the statement. And if not, so if we do not get the element, means here, so I'm assigning the value of flag. So by using the flag also you can implement, right? So flag is equal to G. And after that, so outside of the loop, so here I have not displayed any statement. So only I have considered the flag, right? So flag, so I have not assigned. So here I'm checking, suppose for example, data is equal to 50. Or we consider 35, right? 35 will consider. So data is equal to 35. Now, what is the initial values, or what is the initial values of I? सुरुवातीला काय value असेल? What is the value of I here? Here I will write the table, simple table. So what is the initial value of I? 0. What is the initial value of I? 0. So we'll check this condition. So we'll start execution, right? I less than 8. Now here, data is equal to what we have considered, 35, no? 35 we have considered. Data is the 35. Initially, value of I is 0, right? Now, what is the value of A of I? Means A of 0 काय असेल यावेळी? I ची value 0 असेल तर
15.
15, right? Now, if the value of A of I means A of 0 is 15, 15 is equal to, what is the value of data here?
35.
Condition is true or false?
False.
False. If the condition is false, means this statement is executed or not?
Not.
Not. So we'll come to this else loop. Now, what is the value of flag here?
0.
0. So here I will assign the value of flag as a 0 in the first iteration. Right. Now come to the next iteration. So now value of I is 1.
1.
Right. Now A of 1. So what is the value of A of 1?
5.
5. Right. Now come to this.
0.
Just a minute. Now what is the value of A of 1? A of 1. 5. 5 equal to 35. Condition is true or false?
False.
False. Means this loop is executed or not?
Not.
So we'll come to else. So again the value of flag is 0.
0.
Right. Now what is the value of I now?
2.
Now what is the value of A of 2?
20.
20. Right.
0.
So flag is 0. Now what is the value of I?
3.
3. So what is the value of A of 3?
35.
35.
35. So all of you give attention here. So A of I is equal to 35 equal to data. So what is the value of data? 35. The condition is true or false?
True.
True.
Condition is true.
True.
If the condition is true, means this loop is executed or not?
Executed.
Executed.
Executed. Now all of you give attention. So what is the value of flag now? So flag is equal to I plus 1. So what is the value of I now?
4.
3.
4.
3. Right. So 3 plus 1. So what is the value of flag now here?
4.
4. Right. And immediately you have written a break statement, means so loop will be now here. The for loop will be discontinued, right? Or our cursor will break this for loop, right? So after execution of this break statement, now cursor will come to next here. Now next statement. Now latest, what is the value of flag here? 4.
4.
Right. So here, so we have considered the value of flag as a 4, means 0, 1, 2, 3. So 4 means location we are considering, right? Now here I will write. So if, now again I will write, if flag is not equal to, so all of you give attention. How it will be. Now flag is not equal to 0. So if this condition is true or false? Flag is equal to not 0.
True.
Condition is true. If the flag is not equal to 0, if the condition is true, it means that the atom is found in the list, right? So printf, what should I here I need to write, so data, or you can say atom found at location. So how to write a location?
I plus 1.
So here format specifier is required or not? So I plus 1 we need to write, or can I write flag here only?
And
Yes. So can I write flag here?
yes.
Yes, it will also work, right? After that, else. So here I will write the else. If flag is not equal to 0, and in case flag is equal to 0, so when you will get, when this condition will becomes false, if we got the value of flag is equal to 0. But when we will get this flag value 0, if the data is not present in the list, the data item हे लिस्ट मध्ये प्रेझेंटच नसेल, तर फ्लॅगची व्हॅल्यू काय राहणार आहे? 0च राहणार आहे. ती चेंज होईल का? When the flag value will change, so once we match with this data item, so at that time we are assigning the value to the flag. Otherwise, we are keeping flag as a 0. Now, if the value of flag is equal to 0, it means that so atom is not found in the list or data is not found in the list. So the else will display the message. So what to display here? So atom is not found. Atom is not found in list, right? So this message will be displayed in the else. So this is the another logic. This is the another logic. By using the flag also, we can write a linear search program, or without flag also, we can write a linear search program, right? So that is depending on you. Again, so many kind of logic is available. So that is depending on you. So which logic you want to use for writing the program. Now all of you understood the concept of linear search. Is there any doubt related with the linear search? So whatever the part we discussed up till now. All of you understood the linear search? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now what we will do, so we'll implement the same program by using the just a minute. Screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Just let me open the MS-DOS. So I got the request from your side. So please use the JDB, online JDB, and again the few compilers name I got from your side. So at the time of explanation, but the way better way. So at the time of external, so you need to use this turbo C only. Right? So first I will explain with the help of turbo C, and after that you can use the multiple compilers. Right? Now new file. So everyone is aware with this turbo C. So how this turbo C is installed and everything, right? Or where it is located. So where our program is stored at in which file. So I think everyone is studied in the first year itself. Or is it necessary to explain? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So after execution of the turbo C, so this will be located. This is the location of the turbo C is always in the C drive. C turbo C. Now here turbo C3 is there with me. So sometimes here TC is there. TC only TC. Now here turbo C3. So I have downloaded the different version. So after opening up the turbo C, so these many files are there. So these many files are there. Inside of the turbo C, so I think, have you heard the bean folder? Bean.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Bean folder, right? So in the bean folder, so whatever the program you are writing, so all these program is stored inside the bean folder. Now this is the C file. And after execution of the C file, so this backup file is created. We are calling them as a class file, right? So after compilation of your program, so this backup file is get created, and at the time of execution, so this backup file is considered. So you can consider here. So one, so this first, so this one. So one C file is there. After execution of this, after compilation of this file, so this backup file is get created, right? And this backup file is used for execution purpose, right? Now after that, so this class lib, so here the class library related things are there. Documents means, so whatever the help menus are there. So all these help related documented files are stored here, right? And after that, library includes so BGI. So I think you have a subject that is computer graphics.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, whatever the computer graphics related files you are using, so I think already Madam has covered the first program. So you are using one header file, that is hash. Which header file you are using? So hash include graphics.h. Now, where all these graphics file is stored? So here, the BGI folder is storing all graphics related files. This BGI folder is storing all graphics related folders. So you need to write first. You need to activate your graphics mode, right? So you need graphics, right? So this function you need to write. So when you start writing the graphics program, so you will understand this, right? Or manage it. So what is BGI and for what purpose this BGI folder is. Now these are the this turbos, right? Now I will explain the or we'll discuss one simple point. So how to save the program? So I will press the F2 button, right? After pressing the F2 button, so here we'll get the path of that folder, right? So C turbo C3 / bin, and after that here you can give the name of the program. So which program we are going to discuss? So linear, right? I will write L_search, right? Capital. Linear search, right? Now, first statement. So what is the first statement? So when you are writing the program, hash include stdio. Right. Now, tell me the meaning of what is mean by hash. Hash is a hash काय आहे? Hash कशाला म्हणतो आपण? Or why you are writing this statement? What is the purpose of writing this statement? Hash include stdio.
Predefined function is.
These are the predefined functions. Okay.
For header files.
For adding the header files, right. For adding the header file. But for what purpose header files are required? Is it not possible to write the program without header file? No. Then what is the purpose of writing this header file? So we'll talk on this particular header file. So stdio.h.
The meaning of printf and scanf are stored in that header file.
Hash defines preprocessor.
I got the answer of my first question. What is mean by hash? So hash is a preprocessor, right? Good, correct answer. After that, next is the next question. Next question is, so why you are adding this stdio.h header file?
Standard input output function included in this file.
Standard input output function is included in this file. So which function we are using here? Standard input output function in our program.
Printf and scanf.
printf and scanf. Very good, very correct answer, right? So you can click, right click on the same. So you will get the name of the function. So how many functions you are able to use under this header files? stdio.h. So how to check this? So just right click. So first click on this. After that, right click on this, right? stdio.h. So these are the functions. Yep, close. So where is our function? So the function we are using. Printf and scanf. So here is the printf, right? So printf function we are using, and after that another function, that is a scanf. So these two functions we are using in our program. So printf and scanf. So meaning of these two functions, so printf and scanf, is defined inside these header files, right? So after that, next question, next thing is the, so where this header file is stored, so where this header file is stored, or where it is written. हा हेडर फाईलचा कोड कुठं लिहिलेला असेल किंवा ही फाईल कुठं प्रेझेंट आहे.
In compiler.
In compiler.
In library of C.
In the library of C. Very good. Okay. So all of you participate in the discussion. So these are the basic concepts. So we need to clear. stdio.h. So this is the header file. Okay. So before that, so I will show you the location of this header file. Don't worry about that, right? And where the this stdio.h file is there. So location of that file I will show you. So before that, so what do you mean by include? Include is a keyword. So stdio.h is the name of the header file, right? Now include is the name keyword, or it is any other. What do you mean by include? Why we are writing include only? So can I write here add or any other words instead of include? Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Includes का लिहिलेला आहे इथं? Can I write any other words here instead of include?
No, sir.
No. Now, what is the mean by include? It is a keyword, or it is a name of directory, or
Keyword.
it is a keyword. Okay. This is the first statement of your C programming language, and you are saying you are not able to give the answer, or you are not able to explain the first statement. Hash is a preprocessor. With the help of preprocessor, we are adding the, or hash preprocessor is identifying the location of the directory. Right. So with the help of this preprocessor, so we are going to this include. Now include. I got the answer, that is the, or you can write your answer in the chat box also. No issues. You can write your answer in the chat box. All of you write your answer in the chat box. So what is mean by include? It is a keyword, or it is a directory, and where it is there. Now, is it visible to all? So the screen. So first I will open the Turbo C. Right. So here you can observe. So where include is there? Is there any name here? Include.
Yes.
Yes. Where it is? include, right? So this is the folder, or we can say it is a directory. This is not a keyword, right? So inside of this include folder, so these are the files available. All these are the files. What is the type of the file? The file कोणत्या टाइपचे आहे? Is it visible? Now we have seen the bin folder, right? So inside the bin, so these are the one. So what is the type of this file? See the properties. So type of the file is
C.
type of the file is C file, right? And after that, this backup file is get created. So this is the backup file after compilation, and after that we are executing the program. Now next, so all the programs, all the C language programs, so we are storing with the help of C file only, .c. By using the .c extension, we are storing our all C programs. Now here, so come inside the this file. So what is the name of this file?
EH file.
stdio. So you are adding this file in our program, right? So H file means type of the file is header, right? So type is the H file, means header files. So extension of this file is .h, not .c, right? Now, so we'll open this file. So here I have opened this file. Is it visible to all? stdio.h. Now definition for input and output, and this is the copyright. So we are not able to edit, right? Or we don't have authority to do the changes in this file. So already this is copyright, right? And who written this file? By Borderland International, all rights reserved, right? Now in this file, so what they are writing? So they are writing the meaning of, so whatever the functions we are using, so all the functions meaning is written inside this header files. So we'll not go in detail, right? So we are not able to understand also. So for that purpose, so quite more time to understand the meaning of each of these, right? So here, so all printf and scanf related code is written, right? So when we are writing the first statement, so we are writing the this directory. So first we are writing the directory hash include. So why we are writing only hash include? Because this header file is present inside the include folder. So that's why we are writing here hash include. Now, if the all the header files are present inside the other name folder, so we'll write that name of that folder. Or in our language, we are calling them as a directory, right? So here, so this is not a keyword. So include is not a keyword. So it is a directory. So hash directory. After that, name of that header file. Now all of you understood. So what is mean by include and where it is located?
Yes, sir.
Include is a keyword or name of directory, or directory means folder. Include is a keyword or directory.
Directory.
Now all of you understood. Now suppose if you want to go to this directory, so this preprocessor will find out this directory and automatically, so this directory inside of that directory or inside of this folder, so this file is present, right? stdio.h. Automatically this file is imported, right? Now again one more thing. Now for the again one more file we are writing, so hash include, always we are writing. So conio.h. So for what purpose you are writing this file? So this file is also present inside the include folder, right? This file is also present inside the include folder. Is it visible to all? Is turbo C?
Yes, sir.
So for what purpose this conio.h header file is used?
CLR, SCR or get.ch.
Okay, to clear the screen, so CLR function is used, and to get the output on a console or output screen, we are using the get.ch functions, right? Now, to use these two functions, we are using the conio.h, right? Now, up till now, we required only these two functions, two header files, right? Now, so can I? So what is mean by this angular bracket? Closing and opening angular bracket. So this is the syntax, right? So can I write like this? So these are the basic parts. Huh. Can I write like this? Is it allowed?
सर ऍक्च्युली वरची स्क्रीन दिसत नाही म्हणजे ब्लॅक पट्टी आली.
Black putty again. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Black putty. That zoom back, zoom related control bar. So there. Now it is visible. Okay. Now what I have done here. So instead of this opening angular bracket, so I have written double here instead of closing curly bracket. So I have written closing curly. Sorry, double. Instead of angular bracket, I have written this double. So is it allowed?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Good. Any others?
Yes, sir.
So first thing is that is it allowed or program will execute or not? Now, what is mean by this double quote? So when you are using this double quote or when you are using this angular bracket, I'm not getting the response. So whatever the things I'm explaining here, so is it understandable or not, or is it important for you?
yes, sir.
Yes. Whatever the part I am discussing here, so already it is covered to all. If yes, so we'll move further. Double quote कधी लिहितो आपण? So when we are writing this double quote,
To display message.
to display message. Now here in the header file, is it allowed or not? First, give me the answer of that question. Yes, few of the student is saying yes.
No, sir.
sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, yes, sir.
Okay. Good. We can write the double quote also, but when we are writing the double quote, now is it possible
User
to?
define header file.
Now I got the correct answer. So is it possible to define our own header file in the compiler? So this stdio.ah, conio.ah, this is the system defined header files, right? So who defined this Borland laboratories, right? So they have defined already, we have seen the copyrights. So they have defined these header files, right? Now suppose you want to define your own header files. So is it possible or is it allowed to define?
Yes, sir. User defined user.
Yes, we can also define our own header files. Now, so to access the user defined header files, we are using this double quotes. And to access the system defined header files, so we can use the angular bracket or you can use the double quote. System defined header file access करण्यासाठी आपण हे double quote भी use करू शकतो किंवा this angular bracket also you can use, right? Both are allowed to access the system defined header files, but for the user defined header files only this double quote we need to, right? Now we'll move to our next part of our related with our program. So wide main, so I'll write the wide main. So I hope everyone is aware with these functions. So wide main. So what do you mean by wide? Wide क्या है?
Null.
Keyword है sir.
It is a keyword, but for what purpose? It is a return type, right? So to return the values, so we are writing the wide. So when we will perform the practical, so at that time you will get the answers, right? So can I write here int instead of wide? So what is the difference? Suppose I have written int. So what will be the meaning?
Return type is integer.
We can return only the integer value. Suppose I have written here float. We can return only the float data, right? Suppose I have written here any other data types, right? So these kind of data will be written. And suppose I have written wide, so wide will return all data types, right? So wide will return all data types, right? So here, so wide main. So we'll start writing our programs. So int. So we require the array. So here I will write array first. So of size 10. Of size 10. Sorry. Of size 10. Suppose here I have written the array of size 10. So 10 comma is it ten comma. Now is it visible?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm inserting the atoms here. So any. So is there any order? Is there? So whatever the atoms we are considering or whatever the data we are considering. So all these data are is the non-sequential format, right? Now we'll consider inter data after that I comma flag, right? Next printf. So we'll display the message first. So we'll display a message first. So what message will display first? Display one message. Enter data which you want to search. You want to search. Right. Next. So how to write a scanf statement? Next statement. How to write a scanf statement? So format specifier %d. So because it's integer and ampersand data. So is it right? So here we'll enter the data. So which you want to search from this given list, right? Or if you want to display the list on a screen, so you can use the for loop and you can display it, right? So this kind of modification you can do by your own, right? So directly we'll move to the actual part of the linear search. So I is equal to 0. So we'll use the second logic. So I less than. So what is the size of array? 10 I will write here. So I plus. What to write here? So here is the if loop. So we'll consider a of I is equal to data. If it match, tell me the statement. So here, suppose I want to use the flag. Flag already I have defined. So flag is equal to
I plus 1.
I plus 1. Good, good. After that, so here break we are writing. And next is the else. So here we write else. So in the else, only we are considering the flag value, right? So flag is equal to 0. Right. Now, outside of the for loop, we have to write outside of the for loop. If flag is not equal to 0, if the flag is not equal to 0, then what you want to display, write a message. So data from location %d. Here what should I write? So flag or I?
Flag.
Flag I can write? Yes. Else. Else what you want to display? Else. Else. Display printf. So data not found we can display. After this else get ch will reject. Otherwise we are not able to see that. Now all of you see here. So, program is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what we will do? Just a minute. Now this black line is gone or not? आता black line दिसते का तुम्हाला? This black line is coming.
No, sir.
Now the program is clearly visible to all.
Yes, sir.
The black line delete. Control panel. Okay. Now we have written a program. Is there any doubt up to this? So whatever the program we have written, now we'll execute. So first we'll compile. So how many errors? Why we are getting the errors? Here semicolon is missing. Right. Now it is Now all of you see this compiling windows. So what content they have written? So main file L underscore search dot C, compiling editor L underscore search. Now here lines compiled. So how many lines compiled here? How many lines we have compiled?
484.
448.
484 and files 484. Warning 0, error 0. What is the available size? So 1969 K. This is the size. But actually, how many lines you have written here? So line of code. How many line of code you have written? Only 29.
29.
99.
But at the time of compilation, so we are getting the message 484. Now 484. Suppose I will increase one more line. CLR SCR we have not written. No? So I will write here CLR SCR. So everyone is aware with this. Right, one line I have increased. So I will save the program first. After that, compilation. Now, how many lines are there? Compiled lines.
485.
One line is increased, right? So we have
Yes,
written one line is increased. Now, but actually, how many lines you have written in the program?
30.
30.
30.
30 lines are there, right? But at the time of compilation, so 30 lines are there, right? But at the time of compilation, so here, why compiler is to be these many lines? We have other lines काय आहे? 455. So we'll remove the 30 lines of code. What about others? So 450 lines. या लाईन्स कोणत्या आहेत? कंपाइल होताना किती लाईन्स कंपाइल होत आहेत?
485.
485. But actually we have written the program of how many lines? 30
30.
lines. 30 lines. Now what about other lines? So where which files are compiled? आपण तर 30 लाईनचा कोड लिहिलेला आहे आणि कंपाइल होताना किती होत आहेत?
स्पेस पण कन्सिडर केलेलं असेल.
Space. No. Space is different. So we are talking about line only, line.
Sir, predefined function just
Yes, good, correct answer. Which predefined functions? कोणते predefined function वापरते आपण इथं?
studio.h and conio.h.
Right. So here we are using the two header files and main functions. So main is also system defined function, right? And after that, studio.h is the header file and conio.h is also the header file. So all these header files also get compiled at the time of compilation. So that's why here we are getting these many number of lines. Now all of you got the answer. So and again, so here I am writing this 4, right? And here angular bracket. Both are allowed for the system. Can I write like this? Is it allowed? Either you can use the double quote or single quote. Can I use single quote? Is it allowed? Only double quote. Right. So why the compiler is showing these many lines? Because here this predefined header file is also get compiled. So main and on these two header files. By considering the line of all these header files, so total lines we are getting, that is the 480 files. Right. Now I'll execute the program. Now enter which data item you want to search. But here we don't know the list of the data items. Already we have written in the array. So we'll write any element. So 10. So 10 data found at location 1, right? So you can see here, this is the list of items. Now suppose if you want to display the list of atoms, so how to display it on the screen? How to display it in the screen? Display it on the screen. So what code you need to write? So I is equal to 0. We'll write the code to display the atoms on the screen. Stop element. How to display the list of element? Can I write A of I here? Or this statement will write. Sorry. Otherwise, so what is wrong here?
Double quote.
Format specifier we need to write. Now it is correct.
Yes, sir.
Now first you enter the. हे आपण थोडंसं reverse देतो. List of element. List of element we are getting, but we are not getting the difference between the location found at. Modify it once again. List of element. Space here. Space. Now first we require the list of the element, right? For that we'll enter the settings. Now list of element is, now it is displayed properly. List of element is 10, 23, 40, 1, 2, 0, 14, 30. Now enter data which you want to search. Now tell me the data. Now is it possible to observe the yes. Yes. This screen is visible on output screen.
Yes, sir.
हा सांगा कोणता आयटम सर्च करायचा आहे या लिस्ट मधला
9.
9 you want to search. Okay, good. So 9 I have. Now data found at location 10. So is it correct?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now suppose if you want to do some little bit modification, right? Print the data found. Suppose if you want to display the original data, so what data you found? So, can write like this also. Data equal to add the location. Or you want to display index. Index and location. Can I write like this? I have done the modification in the program. Now enter data which you want to search. Now tell me the data items. Data items from the considerable
50.
23.
50 will consider first, after that 23. Data 50 found at index 8 and location 9. Is it fine? All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Linear
Yes, sir.
search algorithm is there in doubt? I will share this program on a group, right? So you do the practice of implementation of this linear search program, right? Now here, so linear search program part we have completed. Now we'll see the virtual labs. So is it visible to all? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So simulation we'll see, right? So by considering these virtual labs, so this is developed by Government of India initiative. So aim of the algorithm unsorted array. So these many experiments are there under this data structure. List of experiment. So bubble sort, more sort, good sort. See all these. Now unsorting or unsorted array. So in that linear search and binary search we'll discuss. First is the linear search we have completed, right? So linear search. What is the aim of the linear search? Gain the institution for searching, understand the need for searching, learn the name way to search a random number list, namely linear search, understand the time complexity of the linear search, and test your conceptual understanding with the short keys. Now, till one point is remaining. So let me complete that point, and after that, we'll go for this one. So, how to calculate the time complexity? Just a minute. Time complexity part we have, right? So I hope all of you understood the algorithm. Now, how to calculate the time complexity of the algorithm? Time complexity. So this word file is visible to all.
Yes.
Okay. Now, time complexity is always calculated by considering the three cases. One is the best case, right? After that, worst case. Next one is the average case. Average case. Now, best case means suppose. So always we are calculating the time complexity by considering the big O. Sorry, right? Now here we have written this algorithm, right? Now suppose if you want to search the 15, जर तुम्हाला 15 एलिमेंट सर्च करायचे बेस्ट केस काय असू शकते मग 15 आयटम सर्च करण्यासाठी किती हाऊ मेनी इटरेशन यू रिक्वायर्ड ऑफ दिस फॉर लूप हाऊ मेनी इटरेशंस यू रिक्वायर्ड
One, sir.
One.
only one. So can I say here the best complexity is 1? Best case is 1. Suppose if you want to search the first atom, so only one iteration is required. So best complexity, best time complexity is 1 only. Now, what is the worst case complexity? Worst case. Suppose
10,
if you, suppose if you want to search the last element, 17. So how many iteration you require? to search or to identify the 70. किती वेळा तुम्हाला इथं सर्च करावं लागेल? किती वेळा हा?
8 times.
8 times. Means n times you need to search. So can I write here worst case complexity as a n? Can I write worst case time complexity as a 1? Yes. Right? And best case is the 1. Best case म्हणजे काय? सगळ्यात बेस्ट केस काय आहे? जर फर्स्ट आयटम असेल तर बेस्ट केस. आणि जर वर्स्ट केस काय कन्सिडर करू शकतो आपण? इफ द atom is at last. So this is the worst case of the time complexity. Omega n. Now we'll consider the average case. Now how to calculate the average case? So summation of all cases we need to consider. Summation of all cases divided by n we need to consider. Summation of all cases divided by number of cases, not n. So number of cases. We'll say number of cases. So this part is very important. So for your exam, so this time complexity is a very important part. Summation spelling, I think. So try to understand. Sum of, I will write in short, sum of all cases divided by number of cases, right? So in this way, we need to calculate the, now here, so how many cases are there? So how many cases are there? How many atoms are there? 8 atoms are there, right? So for the first atom, so how many iteration you require for the first atom?
1.
One. For the second, 2 iteration. For the third, 3 iteration. For the fourth, 4 iteration, up to n. So we'll consider up to n iterations, right? So n divided by, so number of cases. So how many number of cases will be there? So n number of cases will be there, right? So here, so how to write this statement? How to write this statement? So this will be written in a mathematics. So I don't know. So the details. So I know the shortcut. So only I will write directly. So if you are having any problems, so you can contact with mathematics. Now this statement, this one, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus up to n. So how to rewrite this one? This will be written as n plus n into n plus 1 divided by not n, 2, right? Right. So this will be written by using this. So we can write. Now after that, so divided by n. So divided by n. Now, so this n will be cancelled to this n, and finally you will get the value that is n plus 1 divided by 2. And this is the time complexity of linear search algorithm. Average case time complexity, that is the n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 divided by. All of you understood the concept of time complexity? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we have calculated the 3 time complexity: best case, worst case, and average case. Right now, here the important is the average case, and this one is also very important. Worst case, why we are considering n? So worst case is the last element. Suppose if you want to consider the last element, so worst case, and first element will be considered as a best case. And average case means summation of all the cases divided by number of cases. So here I have written in the form of mathematics. Right. Now what? Now if I ask the questions like what is the time complexity of linear search algorithm? So what would be the answer? What is the time complexity of linear search algorithm? So what is the answer? Hello. Your voice is not clear. Who's talking? What is the best case? time complexity of linear search algorithm. Best case, big
One.
O of, big O of 1, right? And worst case time complexity,
N.
big O of n, big O, don't forget. So with the help of big O, we are representing the time complexity. And here also big O of, here I put, so here big O we are using. So average case time complexity. So finally, average case time complexity is also represented by the big O. The average case time complexity of the linear search algorithm is big O of n plus 1 divided by, right? So this is about the time complexity. Now concept, I think we have discussed in detail, right? So importance concept. So how we are searching. Directly we'll see the demonstration or simulation of the. Now this is the unsorted array. Is it visible to all? This screen is visible properly.
Yes, sir.
Now you can see. Now unsorted array versus binary search. Right. So please read the instruction. Click on the next button to start the demo. Move the slider to adjust the speed of the demo. Click on the pause button if you want to stop and manually click on the next button to have a step-by-step realization of the process. Click on the reset button to start all over the new set of random numbers. Now here, this random number is given. So 91, 58, 78, 34, 34. So two are the repeated, 53, 57, 18, 86, and 40. Right. Now current element will be denoted by using this green color. So if the element is found, so found element will be represented by using the black color. And if the element is not found, so at that time red color is used, right? So observations. So enter the element to be searched in the array and click on the start to begin the linear search. Now here we'll consider the minimum speed, right? Now number to be searched. Now here the list is given to you already. Ita the list did already. Now which element you want to search out of this? Now tell me the element I will enter.
34.
91.
34.
Okay, I got 44. Okay, 44. So this element is not in the list, I think. But we'll start the search. So next. So 91 is the current element. Current index is being searched 0. Next 58. Right, current index is being searched 1. So all of you see the observation is written here. After that, next current index is being searched 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Observations. The element 44 was not found in the array. Element 44 मिळाला का इथं?
No, sir.
नाही.
Now we'll reset all the things. Reset केल्यानंतर ते काय होतंय? So element is change होत आहेत, right? So here element is also will change. Now we'll consider one side.
67.
Available element will consider, right? 67. Now I will start. Next. 67, here we got current index is being searched 0 and element found. The element 67 was found in the 0 position of the array. 0 position las to 0 index las 67 value. Now we will set one side. Last position चा सांगायचं ना 55 consider करू का? Can I
Yes, sir.
Search 55. Next 77, 29, 88, 41, 46, 50, 43, 71, 55. Now color is get changed. Element found like this. Here observation is also the element 55 was found in the 9th position of that. Now, if you consider any intermediate element, so next element should not be searched, right? So we consider 90. 90 consider. So I'm clicking on this next button. I'm clicking on this next button. So you can observe the arrow. 90 element is current index is being searched 6. And element 90 was found in the 6th position of the arrow. So element found the other next plus 77 and 51, 95 will not be searched, right? Now consider 12. So now it is automatically searching. If I increase the speed, so automatically search. Here is the it depends on the speed. Maximum speed for the search. So 89. I will click on the start button. You got that. Now all of you got the linear search algorithm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there
Yes,
any
sir.
doubt? Is it interesting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now here the first part of the searching algorithm is completed. So that is linear search. Is there any doubt? So all of you write your comments in the chat box. So if you understood the linear search, you can write yes in the chat box. If you are not understood, so you can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. So meanwhile, so we'll take a break of 1 minute, and after that we'll continue with the next one. All of you write in the chat box. You have understood the linear search or not? Okay, so now we'll start with the next point. So still we have 25 minutes. Is it visible or this screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next part is the binary search. Next part of the searching algorithm is the binary search. So binary search is the search technique, so which works efficiently on the sorted list. So all of you concentrate on these words. So linear search is working on a sorted list or unsorted list. Linear search algorithm is
Unsorted.
unsorted. Now here, so this now this binary search is working on only sorted list. So
Sir?
hey, yes,
In linear search, there are repetition of number. Then why we consider first, not next?
so we are considering only the first element, not next. So the algorithm in the algorithm itself we have. जब पहिला एलिमेंट आपल्याला सर्च होईल तोच एलिमेंट आपण डिस्प्ले करतो सेकंड एलिमेंट नाही करतो मे बी 4 5 6 एलिमेंट रिपीटेड असू शकतात त्यामधला जो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट सापडेल तोच आपण कन्सिडर करतो. Now we are going to discuss so many algorithms or data structure. So this is the drawback of linear search, right? Or not, we can't say drawback. So this is the lacuna, right? So maybe it is a 2-3 element will be there, same element. Only we are considering only first element. तर जो पहिल्यांदा सापडेल तोच एलिमेंट आपण कन्सिडर करतो. Got it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Now binary search. Now binary search is a sorted list, right? So whatever the list we are considering. Now linear search is a very simple, or it required the what we can call. So very simple one. So simply we are searching, comparing, and doing the things. But this binary search, so whatever the list we are considering, so that list should be in a sorted order. Hence, in order to search an element into some list, so by using the binary search technique, so we must ensure that the list is sorted or not. So first we need to ensure that in the binary search, the list is a sorted or unsorted, right? So if the list is a sorted, so then and then we are able to do the binary search. So binary search so follows the approach. So that is the divide and conquer approach. Now this binary search is using the divide and conquer approach. So for finding out the element or to search the element. So in which the list is divided into two parts, right? And the atom is compared with the middle element of the list, and if the match is found, then the location of the element is returned. Otherwise, so we search it either of the either of the first or next part. So that is depending on the result, or that is depending on the match, right? So we'll see. So by considering examples, right? So here I will explain. Binary search. The screen is visible on binary search algorithm. This notepad is visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes.
A binary search. Now, as compared with the linear search, so this binary search will require less time, right? Now we consider array A is equal to 10. This is the sorted array we'll consider. So 5, 9, 17, All of you give attention. So we'll discuss the concept of binary search, and after that we'll go for the implementation. So first we'll discuss the particular concept. 89. So now these are the 10 elements. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. Good. Now, two things are very important in case of this binary search algorithm. So first is the array should be in a sorted order. Array should be or should be in a sorted order, right? So we say that sorted order. After that, second point you need to consider in the binary search. It uses the approach. So it is divide and conquer method. Divide and conquer technique, would say. Divide and conquer technique. And again, so this binary search algorithm required the less time as compared to required less time to search the element. Required less time to search the element. Required less time as compared with the linear search. Right. Now, suppose if you want to search the element, any element, so we'll consider suppose data is equal to 15. Now, how to search? Now, in the linear search, directly we are comparing with the first element and second element. Right. Now, here, so we need to consider the three parts, three things. So, 3 pointers we need to consider. So, one is left L pointer we consider, or we'll say capital L, right? And after that, and the end. So this is the right pointer. Let's say R, capital R. Here we consider the table. So here so that R. And after that, we'll consider one midpoint of this both. Now, what is the value of L here? What is the value of here? Index 0. And what is the index of right pointer? So right pointer we are considering at the end of the list, and left we are considering at the start of the list. Now, what is the value of L here? 0. And what is the value of R here? In the above array? 9. Right. And after that, we are calculating the mid pointer. So one more pointer we are considering. So here we are using the divide and conquer method. Means we are dividing the list into two parts. So before searching the algorithm atom or data, so first we are dividing the list into two parts. So by considering the L and R, by considering the L pointer and by considering the R pointer. So here L and R we have considered. L means starting point and R means ending point. And we calculate the mid or middle of the list. So how to calculate the middle of the list? So L plus R divided by 2. So what is the value here? L plus R. Guide L plus R. 0 plus 9 divided by 2. So 4.5. So floor values will consider. So that is 4. Floor value means before decimal. So whatever the value we are getting. So 4.7, 4.8. Maybe it, let it be any value. So first value will be well considered, integer value. 4 will consider, right? So where it will locate 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will locate it. Mid कुठं locate करणार आहे? 25, right? Or can I write M only? Easy for us to understand. M means middle. So now, what is the location of M here? All of you give attention. So what is the location of M? So that is 25. What is the location of N? 5. And what is the location of R is the 18. Right? So now, so 3 cases we are considering here. 3 cases. So case 1. Case 1 is, so data is equal to, so we are checking these 3 cases. So if the data is equal to A of M, A of M, M means middle. If it is true, so directly we are displaying the atom we found, and so first condition we are checking. So data is equal to A of M. So what is the value of data here?
59.
59. And what is the value of A of M? A of M की value किती आहे?
20.
25, right? So is it true? This case is true?
No.
No. So we'll check another case. So data is less than A of M. Now you can check. So what is the value of data here? 59. So, and what is the value of A of M? 25. So 59 is less than A of M. That is 25.
No.
59 less than 25. Condition true आहे का?
No, sir.
We are considering these 3 cases. Case 3. Third case. Data is greater than A of. What is the value of data? 59. 59 is greater than 25.
True.
True.
So if it is true, so then, so what you are doing? If it is true, so in that case, so you are shifting this left pointer from here next to the mid. या मिडलच्या नेक्स्ट पॉइंटरच्या ठिकाणी हा आपण एल पॉइंटर शिफ्ट केलेला आहे. कधी शिफ्ट केलेला आहे? जर ही तिसरी कंडिशन ट्रू असेल, डेटा ॲटम इज ग्रेटर दॅन मिड असेल, तर राईट साइडला आपण काय शिफ्ट करणार आहे? लेफ्ट इज शिफ्टेड ॲट द राईट साइड ऑफ द मिडल. If this case number 3 is true, if the data atom is greater than this middle, so then we are shifting the left pointer to the right side of next of the middle. Middle च्या next ना, म्हणजे now what is the value of n now? Now what is the value of n? What is the index of n now? 5. L ची index किती आहे आता? 5.
5.
Now what is the index of R? So still it is 9. Index of R. Now calculate the middle. Calculate the middle. So 5 plus 9. 14. 14 divided by 2.
7.
Can I write 7? So where is the 7th position? 5, 6, 7. So here is the jump. आता m कुठं आलेला आहे? At which position? 7. So what is the value of a of m now?
63.
63.
63. Right. आता a of m ची व्हॅल्यू काय झालेली आहे इथं? a of m अपडेट झालेलं आहे. काय आलेलं आहे आता? 63 आलेलं आहे. Right. Now come to these cases. Case number 1. Now data is equal to e of m. So this condition is true or false? The data
False.
59 है, equal to 63. Date false. Now check the second condition. So data less than e of m. Condition true or false?
True.
Now this condition is true. If this condition is true, so then what we are doing? So we are shifting the right pointer to the left of the middle. राइट पॉइंटर कुठं शिफ्ट करणार आहे तर केस 2 जर ट्रू असेल तर इफ द केस 2 इज ट्रू सो ॲट दॅट टाइम वी आर शिफ्टिंग द राइट पॉइंटर टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ द मिडल राइट नाउ व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ राइट नाउ हियर द लेफ्ट इज एट 5 and right is at which position? Now what is the value of right here? 6.
6.
Right. Now calculate the middle. Now we got the new L and M. Calculate the middle. Can I write 5? Your value. So here L and M is at same location. Now here L comma M. So both are at same location. आता हे दोन्ही काय आले एकाच लोकेशनला आले L आणि M right so L and M is at same location so what is the value of A of M now
45.
45 right now we'll check the condition so case 1 so 59 is matching with the this 45 now
False.
59 is less than 45 condition is true or false
False.
false. Now 59 is greater than 45 condition is true or false third case is true if the third case is true means what you are doing so you are shifting left to the next of the right right त्या मिडलच्या राईटला पण येणार आहे म्हणजे कुठं आलेलं आहे इथं आलेलं नाव left and right is at same location left and right is at same location 59 आलेला आहे ठीक आहे लेफ्ट आणि राईट आता कुठल्या लोकेशनला आलेला आहे सेम लोकेशनला आलेला आहे राईट सो 6 here 6 now calculate the middle now middle is also at same location आता middle सुद्धा कुठल्या लोकेशनला आलेला आहे याच लोकेशनला आलेला middle is also at same location now what is the value of A of M now
59.
59 now compare with the first case so 59 59 so condition is true or false
True.
condition is true so now here we got the atoms here we got the actual atoms so left middle and right so all these are pointing to this 59 and we got the atoms. And after that, so we'll display the, so please unmute yourself. So once you give the answer, so after that. Right now here, so what is the index of this 59 atom found? So after that, we'll display the message that is the atom is found and location of that atom is, so what is the location? 6. So, sorry, index, position or index will say, and location is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Location is 7. Position or index is 6 of that 59. So this is called as a binary search algorithm. This is called as a binary search algorithm. So all of you understood the theoretical concept of the binary search algorithm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next part, so time complexity and how to implement the binary search algorithm. So this part we will discuss in the next session. So is there any doubt up to this? So today we discussed the how many points? So we discussed about the linear search. After that we discussed about the implementation of the linear search, and next is the we discussed the theoretical concept of binary search. Right? Binary search is using the which approach? Divide and conquer technique is used in binary search. Right? And binary search requires the less time to search the atom. Right? And binary search considers only the shorted list, right? Or shorted list of the atom. Now, here we will stop. So is there any questions? So you can ask.
Sir, please share this PPT on group.